All right, everyone, welcome to my live. All right, guys, we're going to get right to it. So the item we're going to be looking at today is called the Super Snap Magnet Mount for GoPro. The item number is GP-16. It's supposed to be used for vloggers, for chest mount, action cameras, quick release mount system, compatible with GoPros all the way from the GoPro 10 down to the GoPro Hero 5, as well as the GoPro Hero Max, DJI Osmo, and a number of other action cameras. And I've even found a few ways that you can use this with your smartphone. So we're going to get right into it. All right, guys, here we go. So as you can see here, I have a number of different items from this GoPro Hero 5 all the way up to the GoPro Hero 8. I also have a 360 camera. So usually what I'm looking for when I'm using these devices, most of the time for my GoPros, I'm using them, for B-roll or for, something like that. If I'm shooting a conference or a wedding or whatever the case it may be, I may be using one of these small cameras because they're so, it's so easy to place them in, very, very small places, like up on a, where someone's speaking or behind something, just so you want to be able to get, really good footage that you wouldn't be able to get those angles, with a traditional camera. So I've been looking for a realistic, quick way to move these around if I need to. So as you can see here, this GoPro, I have it on, the GoPro little mini tripod, and you can extend this. Obviously it has the little tripod legs. You can place it down on things. But the problem with it is when you want to be able to move this from one place to another or, in a secure way, one of the ways that I came up with was using these type of little suction cups. And these work for the most part. As long as you can find something that you can stick it to and then lock it down, then you're able to, get the camera secured. But that doesn't always work. So as a photographer, videographer, and also a biker, I think about how I use my cameras. When I have, one mounted on my helmet, maybe another one mounted on my bike facing me, the camera that's mounted on my helmet is facing forward of the road that I'm riding on or something like that. And I want to be able to, take these apart really quickly, or if I want to take them off of my helmet or off of my bike and then walk around and get some more footage, like if I'm at an event or something like that. I was looking for an efficient way to get that done. So I think I've come up with a very good solution that is very, very affordable. And the product comes from Ulanzi. So what we have here is a product from Ulanzi, which I just described before, which is the Super Snap Magnet Mounting System. And as you can see here, it comes with 3 different components, which we will look at as soon as we open the box here. And I think this is going to be the perfect solution for me being able to use these cameras on a run and gun type of scenario and interchange them and move them from one place to another. So let's get right to it. Let's get this box open and see exactly what we get in the box. So let's just open this. Yep, so very, very simple boxing. Let's just open. And let's see what we have inside. Okay. So one of the things that you have inside is a tightening screw, for GoPros. And if you have a GoPro or any other type of action camera, I know you're very, very familiar with these. Everyone has probably a ton of these screws in their bags, and they've been using them, for years. This one is plastic. No, maybe it's metal. I can't tell. It feels like it's metal. So we're going to assume it's metal. So we have that. Then we have this lanyard. And we'll go into a little further detail as to what this lanyard is used for. But that's one of the other features that I was really excited about for this device that you could use with this lanyard, and we'll get to that. So the main feature And here are our magnetic attachments. So you have 3 of them. These magnets are pretty strong. So 1. Yeah, these things are pretty strong. Okay. So both of these 2 here, both have the teeth for, see that, and it's stuck together. It has the prongs for your GoPros. So you can connect this to a GoPro. You can connect this also to one of the mini tripods or any number of things you'll be able to attach this to. If you can keep them separated, that is. So let's set these down. And then this one is designed to be used with the lanyard. So if you can see here, there's a little small hole right here. And that's where the lanyard goes through so that you're able to put this around your neck. And then you would wear this underneath your shirt. And then from that, you would be able to connect one of these top pieces like so. And then your GoPro would then be on the outside. So we'll get to that as well. All right, so let's start off with getting one of these GoPros mounted onto this device here. So let's just take this GoPro Hero 8 and we'll take it apart. Okay. And then we're going to place it. Actually, this one is for the GoPro. So we'll get the little teeth in. Let me close this door. And get that situated. Then I'm just going to use the mount that I usually use for these GoPros because it's very low profile. It can be a pain sometimes to adjust it, but I like using this one because it has a really low profile versus, something that sticks out as far as, some of these can. So I think this is going to work out really well. So now once this is secured, you could just push your GoPro back and now it's going to be very flush for the most part. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Okay. And then, like I said before, if you were using this and you were mounting this on your shirt or on your jacket or your backpack or something like that, and you were using the lanyard, then you would just bring these 2 together like so, and then they would, magnetically connect. So let's get our lanyard and let's open that up. So I'll tell you guys, I've looked at a number of different devices that, claim to be able to do, something like this. Now, there's a couple of companies out there that are doing something very similar. The pricing's a little bit different, but if it just depends on, what you guys want to spend, what you expect to get from the device, how much you will actually use it. And like I said, I have a number of different, ways that I feel like I can benefit from something like this, from, weddings, corporate events, my personal content that I create. So here's our lanyard, as you can see here. And then we would take our GoPro, and then that would be secured, like inside of your shirt or on your jacket, or you could take one of these and you could like literally put this in your pocket, and then wherever that pocket is, boom, now your GoPro is attached, and you could walk around, with a view of, whatever is in front of you. So whichever direction you turn, that's what the GoPro is going to capture. So that's pretty cool. So let's look at how these work with one of these little mini tripods. So here's the traditional GoPro tripod. And we'll just use this mounting screw. Get that in there pretty tight. Okay, So now this is mounted. Oh, it's so tight you can barely move it. I'll loosen that up just a little bit. All right, so just imagine, here's your device, and now you want to attach your GoPro to this. You literally just come up, boom, there you go. And when the GoPro's on, you can still see the screen from the back here. Let me turn it on. So you can still see your screen. You can still touch the screen. You can still reach all of your controls. And now you have a handheld action camera that you can run around with. You could extend it. If you loosen this up a little bit, you could rotate it a little bit more forward toward you. If you're doing, a selfie or blogging type of thing. And then, when you're done with it, just pop that off. And then you could attach it right back to your lanyard, and off you go. So now one of the things that I thought about, using these, was like pistol grips, things like these little pistol grips, as well as, motorcycle helmets. Because like I said, I'm a biker and I motoblog. So that means, I'm out riding. I have my helmet, whether I'm using, like the little Hero Session or something like this, or, traditional size GoPro, it's all the same. So let me grab one of my helmets. And as you can see here, this is how I normally have the helmet set up. So I would have a GoPro mounted here with the microphone plugged in. And then that way the microphone is fed inside of the helmet. So while I'm riding, I'm recording, I'm able to talk, I can comment on different things. But say, for instance, you're one of those guys out there and you only have one GoPro. And you want to be able to say, oh, I want to go riding. And then, when I get to wherever I'm going, I want to walk around and I want to, shoot some video while I'm out there. So here's another way we can use this. So what we're going to do here, we're going to disassemble this. So I'm going to take this mount off. This only takes a few seconds because once you take this off, so this is the mount that I'm taking off right now. Okay. So as you can see here, the only thing left is the GoPro mount is what we're going to attach to. So if we take this one off, and you have to be careful also because the magnets work in a specific manner. What I mean by that is one side will attract, the other side will, repel. So you first need to figure out which side is the attraction side. So this is the push away side. And where you can see the lettering is where it attracts. So we'd want to place this like that. I'm just using this as an example, but you kind of get the idea because I'd probably most likely need to turn this upside down. So let's try that. Okay, and let's reverse this clip. And then, yeah, I would have to use a different attachment for this because the J hook that I have on here is going to put this in the wrong position. But you'll get the idea. So we're just going to go ahead and just mount it anyway, just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's say we do it upside down, or even just like that as an example. And I'll probably have to order a different mount. I'm probably have a ton of mounts around here somewhere. But let's just say we're going to go ahead and mount this for now. And see, this side rejects, that side attracts. So right now, the GoPro is actually facing in toward me if I was wearing the helmet. But on my other helmet, this would be perfect because it wouldn't really matter. Because with the sport bike helmet, because of the way I have everything positioned, it needs to be at a certain angle because when you're riding, you're laying more on the tank. But on my other helmet, let me grab that real quick. So here's my other helmet. And this helmet, you would be top mounted. So let me adjust that. So we're just going to place the helmet where it would normally be. And we know that our mount is going to be on top here in the front. So let's get everything organized. Separate this piece. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to work. I may have to get a few pieces because the problem that I'm seeing is with every one of the mounts that I have, it's going to face the GoPro in the wrong direction. So let's see. Do I have anything that would work? No, none of these mounts will work. So I would have to reconfigure everything. But that's no big deal. It's the same thing I had to do to assemble this mount. And I'll show you what I mean here. So if you look at this mount, it's a number of different directional pieces that make up this mount in order to get it to go in the right direction. So basically you'd have to do exactly the same thing with the with this mount in order to get it going in the right direction. So it would be facing outward versus facing inward. Okay. But it will work. So it's just, it just takes a little bit of time and effort. And once you guys get exactly what it is that you want, like I said, the advantages are going to be, that you can just now grab this camera and then boom, clip it on and go wherever you want to. Or the other advantage is now you have something that you can mount a GoPro to almost any metal surface. So anything that's metal, this will stick to. A refrigerator, or, say you're a chef and you're doing, a cooking tutorial and you want to put a camera up over the stove or something like that. Or you're a makeup artist and you're doing, your own self makeup or something like that. You can put this in so many different angles, so many different places I can think of that you could use something like this. And you could even use this like a dash cam, so it just depends on your own creativity, your own imagination as to what you could do with something like this. I mean, even as I look around here with things that are on my desk, there aren't too many things that are metal, that this would stick to. But, as I think about things in my everyday life, when I'm out, shooting an event, I can always find a wall. I can always find a light stand or something like that I could attach this to. Like, for instance, when I'm doing photo shoots and I want to maybe shoot some behind the scenes footage, and I could just take this and just connect it right to the light stand, where the light is coming from. And now I can record exactly what the model's doing or what I'm doing, or, if it's wide enough angle, we can get, footage of both of us at the same time. So, and then if you buy enough of these little accessories, you could literally have these all over the place, especially if you're using multiple GoPros. Like in my case, I have 3 GoPros. So I have this Session, I have this GoPro 8, and then this older GoPro 5, but they all shoot 4K. So, they're going to work out pretty well. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to do something really quick so you guys could see something that I think will benefit a lot of you content creators, you wedding photographers, your event videographers. I think this is going to be a very, very powerful tool, if you can bring something like this into your workflow. And what I think is the major advantage to this is the one, it's very inexpensive. So another way that I would use this is I could easily use that as a little desktop tripod. I could just place this on my desk almost anywhere, and it's just going to sit there. And then I could, reposition the angle depending on what it is that I want to capture. So it's no different. And I mean, this is a wood desk, but it still works just fine. So ideally, again, like I said before, you're only limited by your imagination. And for $32.95, I think this is a definite buy. This is a definite worthwhile investment. If you are a content creator and you're using GoPros and you're using, other action cameras. So now let me show you the other thing I was thinking about. So I don't have the one little piece that I'm missing in order to make this work, but let's see, where is it? Okay. So this is a smartphone mount, and normally this would be attached to a small tripod or something like that. And if you've seen some of my other videos or content that I put out on Instagram, I would normally take a phone and I could place a phone inside of this, and then I would have like a little small tripod, and then you can still mount, a microphone or something like that on top of it, right? So here is another way you could use something like this to mount your phone, and you could walk around with it as if it was a webcam. That's a win. No, so it doesn't even matter which direction you have it facing, as long as there's enough room for your phone to clear, and it's not going to be, hurting the phone or, pressing any buttons or anything like that. But then again, like I said, you could just use some little extenders to just bring this out just a little bit further. And now you're in a position where you can walk around with your phone and you can use it as a webcam. A friend of mine is a biker, and he hasn't invested yet into a few of these, web action cameras, but he has a really, really good phone that shoots really high-end 4K video. And he was asking, a couple of times about, what mounts do I use, to secure my phone onto my bike? Well, I use the RAM mount, but I don't use that mount in order to record video. I only use it just to have my, phone on my bike. So if I'm, receiving a phone call or playing music or something like that. But here again, here's an item that you could just place your phone in this device, and then you could attach this to your jacket, your vest, or whatever it is, and you're riding down the road, and then you could have another one on your bike facing backwards. I'll show some photos of how I think this will work here at the end. I'll do some stills so you guys will get the idea of what I'm talking about. But then you could then just swap back and forth. You could swap your camera, your phone back and forth so that, you're able to get some footage going forward, some footage of yourself riding or driving in the car or whatever the case it is. If you don't have an action camera, almost everyone has at least one smartphone that's able to capture video. So like I said, guys, I think, something like this is kind of a game changer, and people use that word way, way too much. But for what it is and the price, you can't beat this. This little tripod right here cost me, I think it was $29 for just this little tripod, and it only does what it does. So, when you combine that with something, inexpensive as this is, and to be able to use it in multiple applications, it's a win. So all I can do with this is walk around with it or set it on a table. That's pretty much it, but it's pretty much the same for this. I mean, you could do whatever you want with it, but it opens up your creativity, gives you ideas of things that you can do with it. Excuse me. So, all right, guys, I'm going to bring this live to an end, but I think you guys get the good idea. If you're interested in this device, the link is down in the bio. Just click on it. You're more than welcome to go over to Amazon and take a look at it. And I'll show you guys real quick the other item that I was talking about. So let's go back. So if we're on Amazon, the other item I was referring to that you would need other than your phone mount is this device right here. So this little piece right here would allow you to connect this to the Super Snap mount, and then a phone grip then to this. So then that way you would be able to just, once you connect those, you could just walk around with it if you're at the park or you're at a party or something like that and record all of your footage, and it's a win. And especially, you out there that are doing a lot of content on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and, wherever it may be, this is a win for you. So, all right, guys, I'm going to catch you guys in the next live. Yes, this video will be posted on many different, social media platforms. So if you're interested, like I said, I'll also provide the links to these different items, and I will catch you guys in the next live. Stay safe, wash your hands, take care of your loved ones, and get out there and create something amazing and show me, send me some links. I want to see what you guys are creating. All right, guys, peace. I'm out.